Imagine achieving the pinnacle of PTE speaking success with a score of 90 in merely 10 days. It may seem like a fanciful notion, right? But what if I say that there is a way of achieving this within 10 days and it's within your reach? I have recently guided a student to this very achievement and I'll reveal his scorecard at the end of the video. So are you ready to embark on an exciting 10-day quest with me, where I will intensify your speaking abilities, break down false conceptions, and advance you towards the 90 score. 10 days might seem brief in comparison normal exam preparation times, but our approach is intense and strategic, zeroing in on key areas the PTE algorithm uses to award you top scoring marks. I'll provide a tailored daily plan addressing a distinct element of the PTE speaking section, from enhancing the fluency and pronunciation to perfecting your speaking responses. We are not just practicing here, we are undergoing a transformation. So if you are ready for this speaking challenge, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and feel free to contact us on WhatsApp for premium PTE coaching. Your dream score in PTE speaking is merely 10 days away. Welcome back everyone, I am Anurag from Edutrainex. Day 1 is all about grasping the fundamental ideas and getting familiar with the core concepts. For newcomers, you have the advantage of being a blank canvas to absorb my teachings cleanly. However, for those who have previously given the exams or previously attempted without hitting the 90 mark, it's time you adopt a flexible mindset, starting with disregarding any false things you might have learned. On this initial day, make it your mission to understand the various question types first within the speaking section. There are 5 in total. But before we begin, you should put away, or should I say, throw away the idea that content is important for top speaking scores. Not at all. Absolutely not. And that is one of the reasons you may have not been successful in the past, as you were focusing too much on the content and resulted in losing track of fluency and pronunciation. Content is not the king. Fluency is the king. Mind it. For the read aloud task, your primary aim should be to speak approximately 60% of the given text, since that is the threshold the PTE expects you to speak, at least 60% words given in the text. Ignore the challenging words as if they don't exist and just concentrate on delivering your speech with clarity and fluency. Rhythm is also important. It's important to pause at the commas and full stops to get the rhythm. Maintain the same rhythm in all the questions of the speaking section. And don't speak in a very thick voice. Make your tone sharp so that the PTE AI understands you clearly. You need to follow this for all speaking questions. The most important thing is you don't hesitate, don't fumble. If you do it 3 times or more, then your score is gone. Mark my words. Just continue even if you said something wrong. You can still get a 90 score. I will show you an example. The core of the problem was the immense disparity between the country's productive capacity and the ability of people to consume. This is the text. Now, if you can't speak some of the words and hesitate like this, the core of the problem was the immense disparity between the country's productive capacity and the ability of people to consume. You can never expect to get a 90 score if you speak like this. Not at all. Just don't read the difficult words. Ignore them as if they didn't exist. For the repeat sentence task, which is part of the speaking section again, very crucial for your speaking scores because of the weightage it has. Use the same strategy. Pay attention to what you can easily remember and don't worry about the hard words. Aim to repeat again around 60% of what was said. with your main focus being on speaking fluently. If you can say 70%, that's better. Don't try to pronounce the difficult words. You might hesitate or stumble. That can cause your score to lower. So keep your speaking pace consistent and repeat the phrases you can remember. You can also break the sentence into smaller phrases and then say them. For instance, take the sentence, for example, learning a new language opens up world of opportunities, which has 10 words. Let's say you are only able to repeat this. Learning a language opens up opportunities. 6 words out of 10, which is 60%, can still lead you to a score of 90 if you speak fluently. For the describe image and retell lecture tasks, the first step is to learn some templates. You can find easy ones online and from our blog as well. And yes, they are free. We don't charge you for the templates. So the source really doesn't matter. Copy the template from anywhere. Learn these templates by heart, practicing them thoroughly throughout the day one. These templates are not long, about 30 seconds long when spoken. So memorizing them shouldn't be hard. Speaking fluently and keep a good pace. What you say is less important than how you are saying it. Fluency, confidence, that's more important. When you describe an image, just mention a few key points and keep it to a maximum of 30 seconds. For example, if it's about the population of women, you might say, the image shows different trends and features about women population. A closer look gives us a lot of details. We see figures like 20, 40 and the color blue. There's also a mention of the highest and the lowest and the number 100. To wrap it up, this image gives us valuable insights. Say it smoothly and you will get a 90 score, certainly. Next is retell lecture question, where content is a little bit important as it also weighs you for the listening task, which is why we recommend you to use some phrases when you use the template, instead of just adding one-word keywords. This example given is about 2 types of rocket engines. Use any template, that is not a problem, but use more phrases like this in the introduction, one in the body and one in the conclusion. So some resulting in compound and complex sentences. It adds to your listening scores. For the remaining sentence, just add multiple keywords using conjunctions. You can see a sample here and I'll speak it for you. The speaker was describing the conventional and the rotating detonation engine. Firstly, she talked about fuel efficiency and so on and so forth, as you can see on the screen. In the end, just conclude. Overall, she implied that conventional engines use a lot of machinery. That's it. The final speaking question type is called the answer short question. It is pretty much just like a quiz in general knowledge question, and it really doesn't count too much towards your speaking score. So there is no need to spend a lot of time getting familiar or getting ready for this task. If you know the answer, just go ahead and say it. If you don't know, just repeat any keyword you heard in the question itself. The key thing is to say something. Don't keep silent. Anything really. Alright, after you have spent the first day laying the groundwork, let's jump into day 2. Starting on day 2 and for the next few days until day 7, you should work on listening exercises and the repeat sentence task. I give my students a short 1-minute audio clips. They play them every day, pause after each sentence and repeat that until the audio finishes. Do this for about 30 to 45 minutes every day. It helps you to get familiar with how native speakers talk and trains your mind to listen more carefully. Everyone needs to do this because it's super important. We need to train you here. Then practice about 10 read aloud questions. Record yourself, listen back and see how you performed. Figure out what mistakes you are making. If you are pausing a lot, it messes with your flow. Check your own work first. Then you can practice a bit with any AI tool like ours. But remember, judging yourself is the key here. Remember, no hesitations, no fumbles should be your target. For retell lecture and describe image, go over your templates, then do about 5 to 10 questions for each of the tasks. Again, record yourself using any sound recorder or sound recording app on your phone and listen for pauses or hesitations and work on these. Make sure your voice is strong, clear, rhythmic, taking slight pauses at the appropriate punctuations. You can try our AI as well for a deep feedback, but self-review is the best. And don't worry about the answer short question part. Don't waste your time on these questions. Keep your focus on the core tasks, the other speaking questions. You can also try a speech to text AI free. From day 3 to day 7, you have to repeat what you did on day 2. Just a couple of steps more. Practice in front of mirror and see how you look and sound. Also get feedbacks from your friends and family who are good in English. Sometimes they will catch mistakes that you don't see yourself. Keep doing this for the next several days. After completing 7 days of this challenge, you should do a speaking mock test practice for the next 2 days, which are day 8 and day 9. Try to give around 3 to 4 speaking mock tests, which you can find unlimited on the Edutrainex PTE software, which is under our paid coaching. After 2 days of solid revision on the 10th day, take the official PTE mock test to see how you are doing. Make sure you have a good microphone. USB ones are fine since laptop don't always have an audio input. Don't use the laptop built-in mic. I tried it once and only scored 50, even though I answered everything correctly. Also record the whole mock test with a screen recorder software that can capture your sound and the system sound as well. You need this recording to review your performance later, a very crucial part of your 10-day challenge. Since you are already spending money on the mock test, you will likely try out the other sections too, like the reading and the other ones. But even if you don't, you could still get 35 points in reading and 40 in listening. That's because you're doing a good job in read aloud task. That contributes 35 points to your reading score. And performing well on both the repeat sentence and the retell lecture task can add up to 40 marks on your listening scores. Amazing. Finally, you should relax a bit. You are now set for the actual PTE test and you are going to nail that speaking section with a score of 90. Check out this scorecard from a student who aced the 10-day speaking challenge with me. For more PTE tips and tricks, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for updates and tell us how you are progressing in the comments. If you are still having trouble, WhatsApp us for personalized coaching. We will help you to reach the 90 score because that's the way you crack the PTE exam. Goodbye and see you in the next video.